the only way Mueller can be fired is for cause. And so we have a bill to say we want to take that to a judge, and the judge can actually make the determination about whether cause exists. And in the meantime, that all staff are preserved, all evidence is preserved, nothing can be destroyed, but it's all on hold. And so that is a bipartisan bill that I'm hopeful we can actually get a vote on sometime in the next week or so, because a lot of us are very worried. I think it does create a constitutional crisis. And I think it is obstruction of justice in a prima facie case, and I think it's really problematic for the country. And so I hope that we can come together as a body, at least move forward this piece of legislation to make sure that things aren't done inappropriately. And I think if you did fire Rosenstein, the purpose would be to then have someone in place who will fire Mueller. So it worries me, and I think we have to try to prevent that from happening.
Do you support that legislation, or could you, depending on how it evolves?
Depending on what this actually, the legislation that Kirsten has just described, I think most would say is reasonable. What I have stated to others is it's unfortunate that we're even having to have this discussion, that we're even having to think about legislation that would put the brakes on something like this. I think it is so important, it is so imperative that this investigation be allowed to go forward, and it will take the course that it will take. And so any action that would either throw a roadblock in or completely derail it, that, I think, takes us to another level where, again, you can, whether you call it a constitutional crisis, there is so much that is at play right now. You started off the questioning, Andrea, talking about Syria. We have Syria, we have North Korea, we have the opioid crisis that we're dealing with domestically. We have so many issues. And for the Congress, for the executive to be just so focused on these distractive, horribly, unnecessarily distractive issues. Let this investigation move forward and come to its logical conclusion, but the president should not be intervening with a firing of Mueller.